Hello everyone and welcome to Sabonis. Today I'm going to show you how to prepare fettuccine bolognese. But first, where does this dish come from? This delicious classic was born in Bologna, a city in northern Italy, famous for its passion for good food. For generations, Italian families have cooked this sauce with simple, flavorful ingredients. In Italy, bolognese is traditional paired with tagliatelle or short pastas like penne or rigatoni, because their texture holds the sauce perfectly. But around the world, we often see it served with spaghetti or fettuccine. So let's get cooking, enjoy this video, and at the end I'll go over all ingredients so you can write them down. Let's start with the bolognese sauce. Now, this sauce takes quite a bit of work, so I recommend making a big batch and freezing in portions so you can use later for many other dishes or appetizers. Today, I will prepare enough sauce for about 30 plates of fettuccine. If you prefer, you can cut the recipe in half, but remember, it takes 4 hours to make it. So that's why it's better to cook plenty and save some for the week. For the bolognese sauce, we'll start with a deep pot and pour in olive oil to cover the bottom and about a finger's height. We'll be browning a lot of ingredients in this same pot. So about 100 grams of olive oil should do. Medium heat as always, because we want to brown and cook the ingredients until they caramelize. Once the oil is hot, add 1 pound of ground beef, 1 pound of Italian sausage, which is a mix of pork and veal, and cook them for about 10 minutes until it's browned and caramelized. Bolognese sauce is all about patience. Every time we add an ingredient, we have to wait for its water evaporate and caramelize. That's how you build a powerful, unique flavor. Next, add 600 grams of red onion, diced brunoise. That's about 4 medium onions. Turn the heat up slightly. Add a little salt to help the onions release their water. And stir, making sure the onions caramelize too. Be sure to scrape the bottom of the pot to leave all the flavor from the meat stuck on the sides. While the onions cook, let's add our bouquet of aromatic herbs that was prepared in advance. How I did it? Tie together some basil stems and bay leaves. Thyme sprigs, oregano. Tie them firmly. And there you have it, our bouquet for the bolognese sauce. Once the onions are translucent, add 30 grams of minced garlic and sauté until golden. Now add 600 grams of celery, diced into small cubes. Let the flavors blend and reduce the celery's moisture. The celery should caramelize like the onion. The goal here is to gradually incorporate the flavors of the vegetables with the meat. Now, remove the bouquet. At this point, we've been cooking for about 40 minutes, so it has released all the aroma and flavor. Next, add 600 of carrot, but importantly, this carrot has been grated and then finally chopped with a knife to reach this texture. This is one of the secrets of bolognese sauce. Continue cooking, allowing the carrot's water evaporate. As the water evaporates, the ingredients shrink, concentrating the flavors of our stew. As always, remember that cooking, especially sauces, sofritos, stocks, and stews, is all about time and temperature to achieve concentrate, powerful flavors. Once you notice that there's very little steam, it's time to add the first liquid. 375 milliliters of dried red wine. It's about a half a bottle. While cooking, feel free to enjoy a small glass or save it to drink with the lasagna. Remember, dry means no sweet. And what wine to use? Honestly, whichever one you like best. If it tastes good to drink, it's good to cook with. Add about 15 grams of salt at this point and a few grams of pepper. Now, the tomatoes, the signature of the Bolognese. I use 2 cans of peeled Italian tomatoes, blended into a juice for a total about 1400 milliliters of tomato juice. At this point, we've spent nearly 2 hours making the sauce. Lower the heat and let it simmer for at least 2 more hours uncovered, stirring occasionally. We want the tomato water to reduce and taste the sauce to check the salt. While this sauce is cooking, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and give me a thumbs up. This helps me keep sharing Italian and Peruvian cooking recipes and tips with you. 2 hours later, our Bolognese sauce is thick, beautifully colored, and incredibly flavorful. Overall, it's been about 4 hours of work, but I assure you, few people get to taste a sauce like this, and the time and process are justified with the first bite. Our Bolognese sauce is ready. Let me show you how I make pasta from scratch. It's easier than you think. For the perfect texture, we need 00 flour. This is a super fine flour. Another important point is always weigh your ingredients. Don't use measuring cups. Cooking is about formulas and process, and formulas need precise quantities. So always use the same kitchen scale. The pasta formula is very simple. 75 grams of flour per serving. Today I'm making 2 servings, so I'm using 150 grams of 00 flour. For salt, it's about 0.5 grams per serving, so 1 gram for these 2 servings I'm doing. And finally, the egg, the weight for the egg should be 60% of the flour weight. For the 150 grams I'm using right now of flour, we need 90 grams of egg. A medium egg weighs about 60 grams, so 2 eggs are enough. I weigh the yolks first and then add enough white to reach 90 grams. You can mix the dough by hand, but a stand mixer is faster. Mix until combined, then transfer to your work surface. The dough will feel sticky at first, but don't add flour yet. Knead gently until smooth and soft about 10 minutes. Pasta dough needs soft kneading. Press, turn, and repeat until smooth. Dust both sides with flour and wrap in a plastic wrap. Cover with a bowl and let rest for 2 hours at room temperature. While the dough is resting, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that like button. It helps a lot so we can keep sharing these Italian and Peruvian recipes with you. Now we are back after 2 hours. I've attached a pasta roller to my mixer. You can also use a rolling pin, but I love to using this tool to get thin, even sheets. Cut the dough into 4 pieces and shape it in a rectangle. While we're working with one piece, keep the others wrapped to prevent drying out. Use a rolling pin to flatten it, and then start with the roller on speed 1 and setting number 8. Flour the dough and roll it out. It won't look perfect at the first time, so reshape and flatten it again with a rolling pin. Roll again through setting number 8. Then go to setting number 7. As the dough stretches longer, you want to make it the same width as your cutter. So get the measure of your cutter and fold as needed. Continue to setting 6, 5, 4, 3, and finally the number 2. Sprinkle with flour to prevent the sticking. If you were making ravioli, go all the way to setting number 1 for extra thin sheets. But for fettuccine, setting number 2 is ideal. Once your sheet is ready, cut the ends straight. Dust with semolina flour and let it rest while you roll the others. Now that we have 4 sheets ready, switch the roller for the fettuccine cutter. Dust in flour and use speed 1. Feed the sheet straight. As the fettuccine comes out, dust with semolina and make a little nest. Or use a pasta dryer like I do. Now we cook. Boil 2 liters of water and add enough salt to taste like a broth. Only add pasta once the water is boiling. Gently stir to prevent sticking. How do we know when the pasta is ready? Taste it. A pasta packet usually takes 5 to 12 minutes to cook, depending on the size. You'll know it needs more time if it tastes hard. But fresh pasta only takes 1 to 4 minutes. You'll know it needs more time if it tastes gummy or rubbery. Perfectly cooked pasta should be al dente, firm to the bite, but not too soft or soggy. Why is important to know? Traditional pasta is cooked and served a bit differently than we usually see. The proper way is to transfer the pasta directly from the boiling water into the pan with the sauce and finish cooking it there. That's exactly what we're going to do. 1 minute before the pasta is al dente, I'll add it to the pan where I've already warmed enough bolognese sauce for 2 portions. Mix it well, chill it, and serve. Sprinkle a Parmesan cheese, a fresh basil leaf on top for garnish, and there you have it, fettuccine bolognese. And now the best part, it's time to taste it. Delicious. Let's review the ingredients. For the bolognese sauce, olive oil, 1 pound ground beef, 1 pound Italian sausage, 600 red onion, 600 grams celery, 600 grams carrot, 30 grams garlic, 375 milliliters dry red wine, 1400 milliliters peeled tomatoes, 1 bouquet salt and pepper to taste. For the pasta, 100 grams double zero flour, remember 75 grams per serving, 1 gram of salt, 0.5 grams per serving, 90 grams of egg is the 60% of the flour weight. For garnish, 1 basil leaf. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and you try it at home. Don't forget to leave me a comment, let me know how it turned out, and tell me if there's any special recipe you'd like me to share. See you next video, and remember, like Nonna Saboni always says, cooking is not just following a recipe, it's learning to listen what your palate is asking for. Arrivederci!